everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Heart Simmer. Today's episode is from a new series, Rags to Riches series. I found several rules online and decided to go with one that I found on Mod The Sims. As you can see, we're going to follow Scarlet Hart in this series. She is an aspiring actress. She doesn't have any obnoxious qualities yet. Anyway, that doesn't mean she won't. I've heard that for the fame, you get strange traits. I have a sim who is famous in the styling career, and hers has to do with eating. She can only eat like excellent meals, otherwise she gets a bad moodlet, and it's kind of interesting. So I'm curious to see how Scarlett's track to fame turns out, and if she will achieve her dream of becoming the biggest actress, biggest and best. Okay, so in the rules, you have to buy the most expensive lot. And since the lot that's most expensive with this pack in Del Sol Valley is the one that I chose. Oh man, I forgot to move. Gotta remove my money. One of the biggest things with Rags to Riches is you have to start with $0. Simoleons, sorry. So that's what I was doing. I was removing the money so that she has nothing in her wallet. And turning the cheats back off because I don't need them on. Anyway, so what we're doing right now is... okay, so the first rule is that you have to buy the most expensive lot. The second rule is that you have to start with no money. The third rule is that you are not allowed to get a job until you build a house. And there are certain steps that you have to follow in order to be able to build a house. So, that's what we're doing now. We are looking for collectibles, any plants that have grown that we can harvest and then sell or eat. But there really doesn't seem to be too much in the park in Del Sol Valley. With it being like more geared toward, a metropolis, there isn't going to be as many areas, I don't think, for us to harvest and stuff. But I'm looking for them now. And then I think we'll start to build our rapport with some people. I kind of had this idea that if we befriend the paparazzi, maybe they won't bother us so much. Not really sure. I guess we're going to find out. Sorry, everyone. Anyway, so, yeah. So, whenever I come across some paparazzi, I plan to introduce myself and become friends with them eventually. Of course, she's not going to be getting fame right away because she doesn't even have a house. So, there isn't really a whole lot she can do. Oh, look, it's Octavia Moon. Oh, sorry, everyone. I am super tired today. It's been a really long day at work. Scarlet has learned that Diana is a paparazzi at the Clickbait Chronicle. Oh, she learned that he's mean. Nice. Not. So right now we're just introducing ourselves to a bunch of Sims that happen to pop up because it seems that this is the spawn point where everyone just comes to this lot. So we'll stop them and introduce ourselves. And keep your eyes peeled for a potential date. Or not a date, but a potential mate. Because I'm sure that Scarlet is going to meet some good-looking Sims, and I would like to choose someone that I really haven't played with before, and since this is a new world, of course there's going to be plenty of people that I've never played before. I don't necessarily... I'm not too picky about their traits. I mean, I guess in a way I am. I have a tendency to play with certain traits, so I'm trying to expand that. So if I play with people with other traits, you know, some of the not so nice ones, that'll, I guess, enhance my simming experience. And for those of you that have not experienced first player mode yet, or first person mode, sorry, I find it interesting, especially at times like when you're cooking and things, and you can watch your sim actually doing what you tell them to do. My daughter really likes it when they paint. She thinks it's hilarious. And she makes the comment, "How did that line get there? Her brush wasn't even on that part of the canvas, Mom." And she's totally right. You know, but I mean, when you create a game like that, you can't really be that realistic. I mean, maybe you could, I don't know, but I don't think you really could. I think that would be very difficult to do. See, now she's meeting some paparazzi and going to introduce herself. He totally walked right through me. Did you see that? What is this crazy person doing with a cup of coffee out in the rain anyway? Has anyone noticed like how much it rains in the springtime in The Sims? It seems like most games I start in the springtime because I like to be able to plant and grow flowers and stuff, and the majority of them grow through spring and fall. But I have noticed that there are a ton of days when it rains in the spring. It's like no matter where you go, it's raining everywhere. Except for maybe Oasis Springs. But it rains there at times too. No, she really needs to go to the bathroom. And when I was looking around earlier, I did not see a restroom anywhere. A public restroom. And that was kind of disappointing. Would have been nice to have one here in this park. I know not all the parks have a public restroom, but I know the ones in the city, San Myshuno, I think there's one in all of those locations for you to use. Or your sim to use, sorry. I guess you wouldn't technically use them. But she really needs to go, so. And we cannot go home because we've got nothing to go home to. So right now, the goal is to keep my sim alive and collect enough collectibles to sell. What I really want to do is, what I'd really like to do is to gather enough stuff to sell, but here's the thing. I kind of wanted to make it more of a challenge for myself and not be able to sell anything, straight out of your inventory. And that way I'd have to sell it like in a store, which right now I can't afford a store or a register or anything, so I can't really sell it in a store. But there is the yard sale table that I can use, or there's the table that came with Jungle Adventure that I can use. But of course those cost money, and in order to get money, you have to sell things. So, or attend the different festivals, because you get cash for those as well. Some of them, anyway. So we can try that, attending the festivals. And then also, I think I'll wait until the following Sunday when the flea market's open, and then it has a free table where I can sell stuff. And she can't use the bathroom. Why can she not use... Oh, right. Because there's a bouncer at the door. Okay. Well, where are you going? Is there a back entrance? No. There's not. Alright, well, let's try and get in. See what happens. Convince him. Come on, Dennis. We're buds, aren't we? Let me in. He's gonna say no, isn't he? I have no relationship with the guy, so maybe if we were friends, he might let me in. And I could just change it, but I really don't want to do that. The bouncer exhaled in annoyance. It's not happening, lady. Why don't you get out of here so the VIPs can get through? Some people just can't be reasoned with. Despite a compelling argument, the bouncer still denied Scarlet access. He doesn't even know who he's talking to, does he? Someday, she's going to be so big that he'll be groveling just for an autograph. And you know what I'm going to say? No, sorry, Dennis. You didn't let me in when I really had to pee, so you don't get an autograph. Alright, so we traveled to the bluffs to use the plant so we could go to the bathroom. And then I want to travel to a better park where I can get more collectible stuff. And I plan to stay at whatever park I go to, because I need to be there for a good portion of time for plants and things to grow. And if I'm lucky, people will make plates of food and I can eat them. But if they don't, I really need those plants to grow so that I can eat myself. Not myself, so I can eat the vegetables or fruits that I find. That did not sound very good. Oh, there's nothing in there I can learn, darn it. Oh well. Let's go find a frog. Oh, you poor person. You're heartbroken. That's so sad. How can they run right through these fence things? She found a dirt frog. Yay! I'm going to go ahead and let her fish, even though she probably won't be able to. But I wouldn't mind getting up all of her skills anyway. I do know that you need like a random, not random, but like for certain acting gigs, you'll need certain skills to be at certain levels. So I might as well work on every skill, and then I can, when I get far enough in the career, I can then pick and choose. Why does that say VIP exclusivity door on a plant? Well, that's weird. Oh, I tried to take a screenshot to see if it would capture it. It didn't. But I did get it on video, so that is really odd. But see here, you can see that it's doing it in my game. Looks like the fish in this area are too crafty for Scarlet. Which is what I figured. So I'm going to send her to a different fishing spot. And see if that one goes any better. Which I think it will. Because I'm pretty sure that back one you can fish with like little to no skill. And get things. Maybe not very frequently, but you can get things. And odd things like the violin and cow plant berries. As you can see, we're starting to get hungry, and so far I haven't seen any food randomly pop up on any of the tables, so no one's cooking for me. How rude. I guess technically I'm the rude one because I would steal their food, but they are in a park. And to me, that's not being too rude. You make plenty. There's no reason to get all upset because I take one plate or two to fill myself up, depending on how low my hunger is at the time. I'm trying to see if it pops up on every single plant or like just certain ones. And it doesn't even seem to be with like certain ones either. Like if it's, the same plant, it doesn't happen to every plant of that type. Whoa, cool. I don't play in Oasis Springs very much, but you see that dust? That's cool. It's like a dust storm. She is taking forever. Oh, there she is. Scarlet found a ruby. Very nice. It's my birthstone. I love rubies. And it doesn't even happen in a certain location on the screen either. I thought maybe, if it was about where that VIP door was, then maybe that would be like what the trigger is. But it's not. It just seems to randomly happen. Some plants it does it, some plants it doesn't. I don't know. Nothing's really growing yet. Naturally, it takes forever. Although with Season's release and the overhaul of the gardening skill, it seems that they grow faster than they used to, which is nice and helpful, especially when you're starving. I think I'll have her sleep there, right next to the carrot plant. That way I can watch the carrot plant, and when it actually finally it becomes harvestable, I can wake her up, have her eat, and then have her go back to sleep. Since we are sleeping here, and I'll probably be in this one location for the rest of the week. Well, we're coming up on our time, so I have just a little bit longer. Not much. See, she's really uncomfortable and hungry now. Well, that's all for today's episode. Please give a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that bell to be notified when I release new episodes. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.